Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday night again. Here we are. Let's turn that off. There we go. Welcome. It has been a crazy time. We're in crazy times. Are you feeling the craziness as well? It's a little nuts out there right now. I am feel a little flabbergasted today. So a lot of crazy things happening. I will do my best to stay on track today. Tonight, we are going to talk about a few things. One is the upcoming Lionsgate portal. Two, there's three places in your energy field that you can help to amplify your awareness. Now, I think that's a really important thing we're going to talk about tonight. And a basic overall energy update. So, if you're new to this channel, here are three reasons why you might want to follow. We are at the front of the wave trying to figure out and navigate all this craziness in the world and calibrating everything here. If you're a truth seeker, you might want to stay, join us, like, follow, subscribe, share, all those things. Okay, great. Tonight, I wanted to talk about some of the new crazy ways that the infiltration of the dark side is turning up the crazy volume. Now, you'll remember before we would find like a few black boxes, and then it was 20 black boxes, and then it was 50, and then it was 100, then it was 1,000. They're kind of doing that with everything. The energy cords that they would put in our spine, or that they are, I think it started off as maybe 5 cords and then 20 cords. The other day I found 50 cords. They just keep turning up the volume. The latest and most disturbing one that they are using now are demons. The word I've not wanted to talk about, but it is time to talk about demons. I did share in a previous video about how we are stronger, actually, than demons, and there's really nothing to be afraid of other than the programs that are rolling around in your head that are keeping you afraid of demons. Those are programs. So, because we have bodies, that makes us more powerful than the demons. So remember that. They have to use people in order to exert their power. And we, on the other hand, we have bodies that if we learn how to master our energy, which is what I teach here every week, and what my clients also learn when they're doing sessions with me, I'm not just coming in to clean house for people. I want to teach them how to master their energy so that we can all learn how to navigate this craziness, because it's going to get worse. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but do you think they're done? No, they're going to keep turning up the volume. And so the crazy thing is I wanted to look up and see if it's actually illegal for people to cast spells or to like use black magic on other people. I don't know if it's actually illegal. It's certainly wrong. It's morally wrong. It is. And, clients are starting to ask me, like, what do we do? You can't take legal action for people that are using dark magic against you. Not that I know of. How do you prove it, right? So when your family members get ill, or the latest thing I heard just the other day is, now this is not necessarily demons, so I don't mean to change gears on you, but it's coming to mind about just the ways that the dark side is infiltrating into our field and physically affecting our physiology. So someone was telling me the other day that they had explosive cases of diarrhea. And so I looked at what was going on and found that these were curses, like 500 curses in the root chakra. Now, this is being used by AI. However, they are also using demons to create the same kind of crazy effects on people. So all they have to do is whether dark magic people or whatever, um, and the dark side is they are putting these beliefs, thinking carries a frequency, and our wireless technology, not our phone, our aura, our aura is wireless technology. And it intercepts all of the garbage the dark side is putting out there, the thoughts, the beliefs that someone posted the other day and it was on the video that was about how how we are more powerful than the demons. So someone made a comment in there saying, you can go and read it for yourself, the exact words, but it was something to the effect that the only reason you're finding these demons is because you're giving your attention to them. And that's why there's all these things and dark energies. And if you don't give your attention to it, then they, will go away. So I calibrated that statement because I've heard it a lot. It is not true. It is a lie. It is designed by the dark side, and it goes right in your sixth chakra so that you think garbage like that. And then you're not going to go look for these dark energies of where they are in your field. And it's kind of like cancer. Now, that you're not going to tell someone, oh, you found cancer just because you were looking for it. If you weren't looking for cancer, you wouldn't have found it. Now, nobody's going to say that, right? As a matter of fact, if you have symptoms, you're going to go on a hunt. What are these symptoms about? It's the same thing with these dark energies. And so they're putting a lot of misinformation out there, which is why I tell you over and over and over to learn how to get your internal yes or no. Is what somebody's saying true? Yes or no? You guys need to know this stuff because they have gone crazy and it's going to get worse on the internet. They have spent a great deal of this is all built up over time, and you can imagine it's going to keep getting more and more refined. So, first of all, you don't know when you're watching a video, is that a real person or is it an AI generated image? Like you can put in just a photo of yourself and create all kinds of videos that say all kinds of things. And so you don't know if the person that you're listening to, is that AI generated? Is it true? Is it not? It sounds good. Now, I know of a person online. I'm not going to say their name. I don't want repercussions. Got enough things going on right now. They are very well-known healer. And they give ample demonstrations of people flopping around on the ground because they're supposedly taking out these dark energies. When you have enough awareness and consciousness, you can calibrate. Is it true? Like, what the heck is really going on? This particular person has no grounding cord. They have no creative rings. Their heart is completely closed. When these people are flopping around and they're saying, oh, they're taking out the demons or they're taking out the dark energies and everything he says on his channel, it's all true and accurate information. However, when he's doing those things and people are flopping around, he's actually putting entities in the people. Now, call me crazy. I don't care. I don't really care anymore because the dark side, they don't give a fuck about you. And if I am a little riled up tonight, I'm getting pissed off about all of it. It's making me emotional, actually, because it's just wrong what's going on. And it's not that I don't feel powerless. I don't feel helpless because I know how to master my energy. But a lot of you out there don't know how to do that, which is why I'm doing my best to teach you how you can conquer and not let these energies get the best of you. All right, let me take a deep breath here. A lot going on. So, yes, these dark characters are not going to give up. It's going to be harder to tell what is true and what is not true, and you need to have your wits about you. This is the spiritual warfare. And I know Elizabeth April talks about, we're in World War III. This is it, the spiritual warfare. And when you're actually having physical symptoms and it doesn't feel like you can do anything about it. And for most of you who don't know the things that I teach, then yeah, a lot of people are going to feel very lost, dazed, and confused. And so, yeah, I will just keep doing my best here to teach you how to stay above all of this chaos, insanity, which is why I talk a lot about amusement because you have to be in all the frequencies that are above the madness. Okay, let's talk about three. Let's talk about the three places in your energy field that you can amplify and help support so that you can have greater awareness. And I'll tell you exactly how you can clear these things. Now, if you know how to do what I'm telling you, that's great. Uh, it's also what I do for a living. And so that's great too. So, um, yes, the three places you can amplify. So, number one is right in your pineal gland. Now, you hear a lot about the pineal gland being calcified. I think that's a little bit hokey and overrated. What it really is that the dark side implants programs and beliefs in here that cloud our thinking. It's less so that our pineal gland is actually calcified. What they will do is put programs in the lens. Now, you may not realize that your sixth chakra or your third eye, it is an eye, the pineal gland actually has a lens. This lens can be obscured with a lot of beliefs and programs and curses that are not yours. And so these are some of the things you can ask tonight. Is my pineal gland obstructed? Or, what percentage is my pineal gland operating? And I can tell you, and whether or not it's in the lens or is it in the retina of the optic nerve of your pineal gland. So those things can be cleared so that you can see more clearly. Now, they don't want you to see, they don't want you to know what's really going on. And, I was thinking today, we hear a lot about disclosure, like it's something that's coming in the future, like we're all waiting for disclosure and then something. Well, disclosure is already happening. It's inching out little by little by little. As a matter of fact, you may have noticed more and more information about all the things we were talking about in 2019, all the things that we were already saying and trying to inform other people about what the vaccine was actually about. Well, now all that information is coming out, and more and more people are starting to wake up. It's like popcorn. And so, as more people wake up, more people are going to be pretty pissed off that they've been so deceived, that they've lost loved ones unnecessarily, and on and on. I'm not going to go on and on about that whole snafu. However, you can open up and clear your pineal gland so that you can see more clearly what's actually going on. So that's number one. You can calibrate how open and active your pineal gland is. And by practicing how to get your internal yes or no, you can also start to, because then you'll know what that feels like. So that then you can start getting percentages. Like, is my pineal gland open or closed? Yes or no? If it's open, like what percent is it open? 3%, 90%? Yes or no? So that's an important place. The pineal gland is the number one place you can amplify to create greater awareness. The second place that is pretty much unknown is the 20th layer of your aura. Now, this was discovered before I published my book, which has already been 5 years. I cannot believe that. At any rate, the 20th layer of our aura is the place where I call it our innate warrior lives. It's the part of us that has 360 degrees of awareness in every direction. And it also has access to 360 senses. That's what the Egyptians had when they were at their height of their powers and their ability to see and know, etc. So when we are clearing, we need to make sure that there's nothing obstructing this 20th layer, that it's grounded and flowing so that we can have greater awareness. Now, if you have a block in there and then you clear it, you may notice having greater inner standing where dots are going to connect better, and things that, like, you might have a new thought, it's a thought you never thought before, but it's going to feel like you've always known it. So those kinds of things start to happen when this 20th layer, giving you greater awareness in every direction, 360 senses, when that's operating, that's another place that you can help support to have greater awareness. The third place is a place most people know about, your second chakra. But probably you don't give much credit to your second chakra for being able to feel. That's where you feel your gut stuff. Like, most people think that it's in the solar plexus and you might feel things there, but it's really in your second chakra that you should pay a greater attention to, because this is a place where the dark side will hijack, because this is the place where you create from. So when they can pump that full of chords and curses, chords, program, and siphon. So when it's inundated with their dark energies, guess what you're going to create for them? Likely more anger. And that's one of their favorite feeding energies. They love feeding on anger, rage, fury, all those energies in your second chakra. So that chakra really needs to be clear so that you can have greater awareness about what you're feeling. Now, you can feel a lot of things in there, but maybe a lot of it is garbage. It is the dark side. So this is another place that needs to stay clear so that you can determine what you're feeling. So those are the three places I wanted to talk about as far as being able to create greater awareness. I think mostly tonight we are just going to entertain some questions. Well, before we do that, I'll just say one more thing about this upcoming Lionsgate portal. Now, a week ago, I didn't realize that it was an 888 portal. So 2026 adds to an 8. So it's the 8th month, the 8th day, 8th month, 8th day, and the year also adds to an 8. So it's a 888 portal, which is going to amplify all of the energies that are already getting amplified when Sirius, the greatest or the brightest star in the sky, I believe it's 10 times brighter than our sun. and this alignment of Orion's belt with the pyramids. So this is all creating greater alignment for abundance and definitely clearing out the things that you're not aligned with. And I feel so honored and grateful to be able to do our next luminary activation from Egypt during this most powerful portal. I get like, I need to pinch myself. Is it really happening? It is. So if you want to be a part of those powerful energies, you can the link in this QR code now. If you're on YouTube, that QR code goes to my link tree. If you're on Instagram, you can just click in my bio to get to my link tree. And you can always go to my website, kimberlysherry.com, and click on the links that will take you to the Lions Gate portal. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be off the hook. I can't even believe it. Anyway, yes. Well, let's entertain some questions tonight. I'm in a question answering mood tonight because feel a little I guess I don't know what the word is, even though if it's called distracted or just disappointed about how much and how the dark side is just really yeah, and they're not done. So let's take some questions. Let's see how I can be of service to all of you here tonight. So welcome, Teresa and Sue from Nipomo, and we have Mantika. Great to have you, Sophia, and Gigi in Colorado as well. Eleanor's calling from South Florida. Great. Here's the first question. Okay. I'd like to know how many unresolved lives I have with my current husband and how to ground difficulties I have with my apartment construction. Well, the apartment construction, you can always create an avatar for that because right now it doesn't have a grounding cord. So you'll need to clear some programs in the root chakra. There's about 50. So that's number one. Get that avatar grounded. In the rings, you're going to put how you want the outcome to be with ease and grace and on time and maybe under budget, etc. Those kinds of things. And as far as unresolved past lives with your husband, you have 5. He has 3. And so this is mostly in the 6th chakra. So a lot of beliefs, 6th chakra, 2nd layer, a lot of fury. maybe that's familiar in this lifetime. And let's see what else. In your heart chakra, there's programs, about 50 there as well. So that should be cleared. And then root chakra, 2nd layer, more fury. So those are the places that it will likely clear up those unresolved lifetimes. Of course, as you know, we can always go deeper. Hey, Charlene, welcome. Ava. Gigi, I have a pain in my left arm by my elbow that will not go away. Can you check what energy I may be hanging on to that's causing this? Yes, so we do look at energy here. I am not a doctor. I'm not medical anything. So we're just looking at the energies of this issue. So your right arm, your left. You said left arm. Yes, left arm. Okay, so that's your receiving hand. So your heart is 100% open. It's grounded. It's flowing out the right arm, but the left hand is blocked. So you'll need to clear cords. Wow. Let me double check. Yeah, I was going to say that seems crazy. Okay. That sounds better. 5 cords These are, it's not AI, these are people cords, someone who doesn't want you to receive. So, 5 cords, it's a female. So take those cords out of that left receiving hand so that you can, and you're doing it as I'm speaking, you can bring that energy all the way up. Now at the elbow, there's more blockage, curses, 50 curses there. And then, yeah, so now that's clear. And I didn't clear it. I just was watching you clear things. So that's just so you know, everyone, I'm not doing clearings here. That's what I do for a living. So, but I'm here to help all of you find out where you might have some blocked things. And if you know how to clear it, yay, good for you. But for those of you who get stuck or want help, I am available. And also, good idea to get a session in before August 5th when I'll be leaving for a good 3 weeks and pretty much unavailable. So if you've been thinking about even just a 30-minute session, that would clear boatloads of stuff, could just be the perfect thing you need just to get over a hump of some kind or get that second set of eyes on what's really going on. If you don't know how to clear, like some of the people here that follow me on a regular basis. All right, let's see what else we have. Thank you for asking, Gigi. Eleanor, so much craziness. Yes, it is crazy. I'm glad you all concur. It's not just me. Evening news with Kimberly. Yes, Greta. Hey, Linda from Louisiana. Seeing people flopping around makes me cringe. Yes, exactly. Well, some people are starting to think, well, that's how you know you're getting a good healing, is if you start like really, really flopping. No, that's not true. So, anyway, let's see what else we have. What other questions do we have here? Teresa, I had to remove several demons this week. Glad Kimberly taught me how. Yes, Teresa knows how. It's been a lot of clients have had demons this week. Even there was an infiltration into our 12-day program that the student had no idea. I mean, she had an idea because she felt like she had gotten food poisoning, but had no idea that it was, filtering into the group. So we got that all taken care of. Thank goodness. How, this is the perfect question, right? How can we protect ourselves from this affecting us? And this is the dilemma. This is the greatest dilemma because, we have been taught, oh, put a rose at the edge of your aura, or put the protective layers on, or just amplify your light, and we try and we do all of these things, but they are very clever and sneaky, and they keep finding or creating or just doing different awful sneaky things. And if you create greater awareness about what's going on in your field, then this is really the best defense, because it's kind of like those floaties that kids wear, and on their arms when they go into the water, and as long as they have those floaties on, well, they're good. Well, what if one of those things gets a hole in it? That kid's sinking to the bottom. So we need to go the next level of defense, which is beyond all of the protective layers, which can help, but ultimately, we need to know what has just infiltrated. Why do we feel like shit? Why can't we sleep at night? Why am I throwing up? What is that thing in my stomach, that awful feeling? Why can't I take a deep breath? All of these crazy things could very well be the infiltration from the dark side. But unless you can determine for yourself by practicing, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the ways that you can determine what's going on. One, muscle testing. So I have talked about this before in another video. I'll just go over it really quickly. The muscle testing with your, I think it is with your non-dominant hand. Is this how? One or the other? I've forgotten, to be quite honest, because I don't use this too much, but one or the other. I think they say with your non-dominant hand, you connect your thumb and baby finger. I do know that much is right because these three fingers are on a different circuit. So you do that connection, and then you take the other two fingers like duckbill, and you put it in here, or you could even go this way underneath. So you're putting it inside, and you're asking a test question first, so you can feel what your no feels like. Am I a dog? So the answer is no, right? At least I hope I'm not. Am I a dog? So the answer is no. So it opens, right? But then you ask, or your name is my name, Kimberly, and it's tight. So learn to feel that difference first. Then, once you know that's a no and this is a yes, then when you ask your question, then you can start practicing to trust that your answer is accurate. And so if you're having a hard time with that, then there's other things you can do. You can use a pendulum. So this is not magic. This is not witchcraft or anything. A pendulum channels energy through your hand so that when you ask a question, you do the same thing, ask a test question and see which way it turns. So I usually let it rest against my hand and then ask, am I a dog? There, it's going. That's no. That's what it looks like to say no. And so initially the tendency might be like as soon as it starts moving that you counter the move. So you might want to anchor your elbow so it doesn't move. And then if you ask a test question like, let's get this up here. So is my name Kimberly? Is my name Kimberly? Now mine does not swing big, but it is going in the other direction now. So some people that is really going like this, Mine does not, but it does go in one direction or the other. That's another way that you can get your internal yes or no. You can use your body like a pendulum. You can ask yes or no to your body. And if it's a yes, often it will go ask the test question to see which is yes or no for you. But generally, for a yes, will go forward and no will go back. And so this is, you can test foods with these, or I don't know, cosmetics or all kinds of things, something you can hold in your hand. So here's like if I could hold this oil in my hand, and then if it was good, it would go forward. If it was not so good, it would go back. So that's some other ways. Some people can just hear the answer in their head. Some people can smell answers, if you can believe that. That's not my forte, but so there's lots of different ways. You can go online and Google some other ideas, but there's lots of ways of getting your internal yes or no. And in my opinion, the most important thing you can do to protect yourself is start practicing how to determine that. That's everything. So, I know that's not what you were hoping to hear, Ava. I hope you're maybe hoping that, oh, we just have to use this color and then you were good, And so that's not the case. It's better to learn how to get our answers for ourselves. All right. Welcome, Sandy. Let's see what else. If her, Ava wanted to know if her pineal gland was obstructed. So I'll go by percentage. It's open 15%. So that's, yes, mostly obstructed. There are curses, 50 right at your sixth chakra, and cords 50. So that's AI as well. So AI is not only putting curses, but chords. Let's see if there's also black boxes or programs. No, not in this particular case. So those two things are obscuring the lens of your pineal gland and should be removed. All right, great. Let's see. Eleanor wants to know if her pineal gland is obstructed and what's the percentage. Eleanor, your pineal gland, 100%. Let's just double check the lens, 100%, and the retina, 100%. Looking good. So that's going to help you see more clearly. Okay, Sophia, can I get a scan on my medical negligence lawsuit avatar? It has lost its grounding cord, Sophia. Curses, that's what was also last week. So now that you know that's a theme, that this is what they're doing, putting these curses at the root chakra. So test, is it grounded? Yes or no. So make sure you check that every day. And if it's not, now you know what they're using to disable your grounding cord on this avatar. So let's see. There's also programs at the sixth chakra of that avatar, about 50 programs that are designed to create a lot of fury. Yeah. So that also needs to be cleared. All right, lucky 888. I love your numbers because I love the eights, my favorite, infinity. Would love some insight on my current energy. Okay, great. So you're a new person. So this will be interesting. So first of all, the most important part of our energy field is being grounded. So you have no grounding cord, even if you've been meditating, even if you use one of those grounding mats, you are not grounded. What's blocking it? Cords, 50 AI cords. So this is another one of the newer things that the dark side is using. Before it was 5 cords, then it was 20. Okay, so now they're using 50 cords at a time. And it's got a lot of fury in it. So that fury creates instability. It's uncomfortable. It creates a contraction because our body is just not comfortable with all of this energy in our field. And that's how you lose your grounding cord. You're also quite conscious, and you just needed a second set of eyes, because just me telling you I didn't do anything, you are now grounded. You do have good earth energy in your legs. You still have a worry circle. It's out to the third layer. And if some of these terms are unfamiliar, you can read about all of it in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. I am, by the way, in the process of starting to work with someone who's going to help me professionally get my audio book completed in my voice. Definitely want to read it. So, but they have a whole process to actually get it done professionally. So I just wanted to say that that's going to be, it's a 4-month project. Plus, I'll be gone the whole month of August, so it probably won't be done till the end of the year, but it's in the works. So keep that in mind. Let's see what else, Lucky, you've got. So now your heart's grounded, 100% open, flowing out the right arm, but your left hand is blocked with curses. 100 curses, so that you can't receive all the self-generated love that you create right here. So there's that. And then you've only got 3 creative rings, so that's going to limit your ability to create. Curses, about 50 curses right there at that 3rd ring. And so all of these curses, in your case, brought to you by AI, ancient interference, not artificial intelligence. And so, yeah, you work fast. So now you've got infinite rings, oversoul not connected, at the top of your rings, curses, another 50 curses. So there's that. And then third layer of your aura, also full of curses. So you've got to, it's not that you don't know how to do these things, but maybe you just don't have the right practice. So I have a 20-minute meditation that's free on my website on this QR code. You can also access it there in my Linktree link if you're on Instagram. This 20-minute meditation walks you through the whole process of running your energy. Everything that I'm telling you right now, it'll walk you through the entire process and more so that your field stays clear. This is the practice that you or people, everyone, I say everyone should be practicing this so that they can clear their energy field. There's a very specific architecture to our invisible energetic anatomy and a very specific way of running energy through it has been given to me. That's the system that's outlined in that book. So use it, practice it. There's a 20-minute version. There's also an 8-minute version for those of you who just don't have the time. And you can do that as well. The 8-minute version is also great for creating avatars. So like maybe you know the process, but it's just a faster way of doing it. I like efficiency too. That's why I created the 8-minute version. So the piece that's missing in both of those, however, because new things keep happening. This infinity system is a living, breathing, ever evolving system that changes as we do, and we're changing every day. So there is a new piece that you need to add between. So there's the 5 parts to getting grounded. After you're grounded, then you need to bring in the oversoul, the top of the rings. Double check, is there anything blocking it, like it was for Lucky? So you check to see if that it can come down through the rings, and then you finish with the rest of the process, bringing pure source down through circle of reciprocity, etc. But that one piece, oversoul, is a new piece. Which reminds me, yes, it would be ideal to do a new version of that. And at some point that will get done. But in the meantime, you can add that piece. All right. Thanks for asking, Lucky. Great to have you here. All right. Krita's got 3 questions. All right. Let's see. Number 1, how well calibrated am I to my internal yes? I'm getting 50%. So that's actually a really great question. If you go to your root chakra, there's chords in there. Those 50 AI chords that I talked about earlier, you have them as well. And it's affecting your ability to get that internal yes or no. So that would be another great piece to add to the 3 places to create greater awareness. This could be a 4th place to calibrate. What percent are you calibrated to your yes or no? That's a great question. Okay. Now you're 100. I didn't do anything. Okay. Question number 2. Are there any demons in my field? Or say, are there any? No. No demons in your field. Yay. And then 3, can you scan Nadi Black as a spiritual teacher? Nadi Black. She's grounded. She's got good earth. There's no worry circle. Her heart is grounded. Her heart is open 100%, Flowing. Yes, great. Infinite rings. Great. Her field is clear. Is she in her ego? No. Bright light. Good find. So nady black. That might be a good find. So thank you for sharing that, Krita. All right. Linda would like to know, how are my pineal, second chakra, and 20th layer doing? Okay. Pineal gland, 15% open. Chords. Now, this is the theme today, isn't it? These chords, these 50 AI chords in the root chakra. So you've got those 50 chords. Actually, these 50 chords are in your sixth chakra. I take that back. And that's why it's sixth chakra right there, right in the pineal gland. So that's got to go. Second chakra, that's 100% open. Yeah, no cording. So the second chakra, doing well. And your 20th layer, there is a big cord right at the solar plexus in your 20th layer. More of those AI chords, another 20. Well, 20 here instead of 50, but 20 in your 20th layer, right at the solar plexus. So there you go. Thanks for asking. All right. Let's see. Oopsie. How do we do that? Get back down. I'm afraid to touch anything because it might. Oh, what the heck? Hang on. I touched one thing and now okay. Yay, don't too many things here. Okay, Nancy, please scan what is causing my breathing cough issue. We did clear a lot of things this morning. So I guess the question would be, did it not improve? Your cough. There are chords right at the heart. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 AI chords. It seems like we cleared that this morning, so maybe they came back. Let me check, see if there's a loop. There's no loop. There's no reinstalling loop. That's another thing they're using now. It's reinstalling loops. So those 20 chords, your lungs are at 100%. So it's not specifically the problem with your lungs. It's the energies that are plugged in here. So those 50 AI chords would do it. Okay, so you cleared that just as just by putting your attention there. So good job. So keep an eye on that. If the coughing comes back, check and see. You can just pass your hand over your heart chakra and see if there's a cord in there. All right, Sue would like a scan. You're not grounded, Sue. You lost your grounding cord. Chords, programs, 50 of those AI programs are right at your root chakra. And as pure source comes down the backside, your oversoul's connected, but as pure source comes down the backside, it stops right at your heart chakra. And there's programs right at the back of your heart, another 50. So that's preventing pure source from being able to come down the backside. So when you bring pure source down, allow it to stir in that heart chakra to clear those energies that are blocking that heart. All right, great. Thank you so much, Sandy. She says, I'm an amazing soul. Love to you, sister. Thank you so much. All right, Lizzie. May I get a scan? My body is achy. My mind is scattered. Yes. So this would be a good opportunity if you have a way of getting an internal yes or no, checking. Am I grounded? Yes or no. Right now, it will say no because you're not grounded. What's blocking that are programs, 500 programs brought to you by AI, keeping you in these energies of fear that creates contraction and fury. So you're so these energies have kind of like taken over all this angry energy. You have 100% anger, rage, 100 fury, 100. So those are not your energies, but they're not going to feel comfortable either. So they're kind of kicking you out of your body, and you're only occupying your body about 3%. So if you think you're achy by just being in your body 3%, that's giving you a small indication of how much these energies are not comfortable. If you were in your body all the way 100% right now, it would feel horrible. Just it feels awful. 100% anger, rage, and fury is no fun. It may be playing out in your world as just being frustrated, annoyed, just kind of pissy or crunchy about things all day, every day. And also feeling scattered because you're scattered. You're not in your body. You've scattered yourself. So clearing the grounding cord, all of those programs in your root chakra using your imagination is how you clear these programs. So you need more practice, because just me talking about it, it's not clearing it. So I would suggest you get that 20-minute meditation so you can really just sit and take the time. Now you know what's blocking the energies. So focus on the root, dissolving, transmuting, erasing, blowing up, whatever it takes. These 500, that's a lot, but you can do it. It's doable. Clear all of that out of your root chakra so you can get grounded, so you can release all this excess anger, rage, and fury. If this is left unattended, like, you're thinking, I can kind of function like this. Maybe yes, maybe no. But what's happening in the background, if you're young, your body will be able to handle it for a while until inflammation sets in, because that's what happens with anger that runs in the background and it creates inflammation. So anything that's an itis, arthritis, dermatitis, all the itises, I can't even think. So anything that's an itis is an inflammation. Any irritation on the skin, if you have rashes on your skin, if you have dermatitis, or what's eczema, that's another one. That's all of those inflammations on the skin. This is this anger, rage, fury trying to come out of your skin, which is an elimination organ. So, yeah, still not grounded. So you need a lot of practice, or you can always get a 30-minute session before I leave on August 5th. I suggest if you do that, to do it soon, because that schedule is going to fill up. All right, Lizzie. You're welcome, Sophia. KM Babe, are my sister or mom courting to me to I stay with mom? I don't know what that quite means. If yes, how do I remove permanently to be rid of them? So yeah, there's not a permanent removal system. And as I've mentioned before, it's far more valuable to know how someone is courting to you, because that's a silent manipulation of your energy without your permission, where people will plug in. Maybe they're plugged into your solar plexus trying to get you to do stuff. Let's see where they are courting, if they are. So your sister, right at your sixth chakra. So your sister's plugged in here, wondering what you're thinking about. Maybe you don't see things eye to eye, and she's plugged in there so that you will see things her way. So take it out, never cut. Always pull out roots and all, otherwise roots they grow right back. So that's sister. She's also plugged into your heart chakra, trying to make you feel guilty about stuff, and then she can pull on those guilt strings. And also, she's plugged into your solar plexus with her fury, because she's trying to get you to do things or to stop doing the things that you're doing. Okay, so isn't that far more valuable to know how your sister's trying to manipulate you and control you silently, quietly, without your permission? That's far more valuable information than just putting up a shield and just hoping they never cord to you again. It's far more valuable to know how people are trying to manipulate you. Your mom is not corded to you at all, and she's not in your aura. So it's your sister that is the troublemaker. And so maybe you need to clear some unresolved past lives with her, or have a conversation with her. That seems like that might be futile. But unresolved past lives, yes, you have 10. She has 5. So that would be a good idea to clear that, so that you don't have to spend your whole life working out all these unresolved lifetimes. It's mostly in your heart chakra, the fury. Maybe you blamed yourself for some things, and that's part of this past lives that needs to be cleared. And the root chakra, more fury. So yeah, lifetimes where you just didn't feel safe around her. Let me check one more thing. Yes, okay, I thought so. So I was asking if she's killed you in a past life, and the answer is yes, 5 times. Did you kill her? No, you did not. So anyway, that needs to be cleared, because apparently it seems like she's still trying to kill you energetically. So, or should we say unalive? I mean, you don't know what you can say anymore. By the way, a bunch of what we're talking about here is not going to get posted on TikTok, because they deleted one of my videos, the one that I was talking about the drought. They didn't like that. They didn't like the truth. At any rate, if you want to see it, it's on Instagram. They're a little more reasonable, apparently. Lucky wants to know, can you tell B about the cord between me and H? Well, let's see if H is corded to you. Yes, at the heart, with some fury. So they are trying to make you feel guilty about something, and they can pull on those guilt strings. Or second chakra, more fury. So they're pretty pissed at you. That's got to go. KM Babe, do I have creative rings? You have 3. That's kind of like the minimum to create with. Yeah. Right at that 3rd ring, there's curses, about 100, that are keeping your rings from expanding. Krita, would the number of creative rings correlate to how big you can imagine? Well, yes, and so the more rings you have, the bigger you create, the faster and the more intensely. But this is why we need to keep our field clear, because the rings don't care what they amplify. They're just going to make everything big. So if you've got a lot of fear in your field, you got demons in your field, guess what's going to get big? So good. But we know Krita does not have demons in his field, so that's good. Michelle, can I get a scan? I have some pain in my left hand and right elbow. Again, left hand. Your left hand, so left hand is good, but it stops like halfway between the wrist and the elbow. There's curses there, 100. And at the elbow, also 100 curses. And at the left shoulder, also another 100 curses. Brought to you by AI, and your heart is not grounded. So, and it's only open 3%. So there's some work to be done there that I would listen to that, the 20-minute meditation, so you can ground and open that heart and then clearing all those curses in that left arm so that you can bring the energy in. Actually, the energy is flowing out the right arm now. It's flowing through the arms, but the heart is still not grounded. So that's actually really important, and open it. So it's flowing, but it's a skinny little trickle. You want to really ground your heart, open it so that it can really flow out that right arm and really receive in that left hand. All right, Michelle. Okay, we are way over. Goodness gracious. We are going to have to wrap it up. Let me see if there's any more new people here. No, all you regulars. I haven't checked Instagram tonight. Let me see if anybody asked a question. Yes, Danny D. I've been feeling anxious and angry at times. Can you please scan me? And then we'll make this our last scan. So you're grounded. You've got good earth. There's no worry circle, but the heart is not grounded. There are about 20 programs in the heart chakra that are not allowing it to be grounded. And let's see what else. Yeah, so the heart's not grounded. Yeah, it's just those programs. And and then because the heart's not grounded, it's only open 3% and not flowing out the right arm or receiving in the left hand. Curses, 50 and 50 curses at the left hand. And then let's measure how much anger you have in your field and what's the culprit there. Anger, 100, rage, 100, fury, 100. Now that's also a program. It's in your sixth chakra at the second layer, and it also has curses in it. 100 curses and programs, 500 programs right at that sixth chakra. So that's causing you to think thoughts that make you anxious and running anger through your sixth chakra. So that all needs to be cleared. All right, friends, I really hope you practice running your energy this week. I will be next week. Okay, yeah. So next week I'll still be around. So I'll see you next week here. If you'd like to get a session before I leave, you can sign up for that in the QR code or in the Linktree link. The page is not quite up on the website yet, but he's working on it. So maybe next week it'll be there. All right, friends, stay safe, stay aware, and stay in amusement. It's your best tool. All right, bye for now. How do we get out of here? There we go.